Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on division into a given ratio. One of the most popular problems here occurs when we are asked to divide a certain amount between two or more people. The following rules are a good guide. Add the initial ratios together to get the total number of parts. Find out the value of one part. Multiply this one part with each of the different ratios to calculate each share. Let's have a look at some examples. Example 1. Divide 30 marbles in the ratio 2:3. So let's assume you had two people and one is getting 2 parts and the other is getting 3 parts. Step 1. Sum of the initial ratios. That's what step 1 says. Add them up. 3 plus 2 is 5, so you have 5 parts altogether. Step 2. The value of one part. All you do is you divide 30 divided by 5. So the number of marbles divided by the total number of parts, that'll give you the value of one part. So the value of one part is 6. So now we can work out how many marbles each of these parts represent. So for the 2, it's 2 times 6, so that's 12 marbles. For the 3, it's 3 times 6, 18 marbles. So if there were two people, one person would receive 12 marbles, the other one would receive 18. Example 2. Divide $60 in the ratio 2:3:7. Here we pretend there are 3 people, and we want to divide that money 3 ways. Step 1. The sum of the initial ratios will be 2 plus 3 plus 7. Those there, that gives us 12. The value of one part will be 60 divided by 12. That'll be $60 divided by the sum of the initial ratios. So the value of one part is 5. So each share, remembering the value of one part is 5, for the first share, 5 twos are 10. So one person will get $10. For the next share, 5 threes are 15. That person gets $15. And for the next share, 5 sevens are 35. So that person gets $35. Example 3. Divide 84 cards in the ratio 1:2:4:5. Same principles apply. These number of cards are divided 4 ways. The sum of the initial ratios, you add the 4 ratios to get 12. The value of one part will be 84 divided by 12, because there are 84 cards. Divide by 12, that gives you 7. So the value of one part will be 7. So here we have now each of the shares, remembering that each of the ratios are 1, 2, 4 and 5. 7 ones are 7, there's one part. 7 twos are 14 for the next part. 7 fours are 28 and 7 fives are 35. So there are the 4 shares. Example 4 is a very, very good everyday problem. It's a very good one. It highlights one very good way of using ratios in a practical manner. Concrete is mixed with sand, gravel and cement in the ratio 5:4:3. If the mixture was 96 kilos, find the sand, gravel and cement used. That means that if the final mixture yielded 96 kilos of concrete, how much of each of the components was used? Number 1. The sum of the initial ratios, you add 5, 4 and 3 to give you 12. The value of one part will be 96 divided by 12, because it's 96 kilos divided by the sum of the initial ratios. So one part is 8 kilos. So now we get the 3 separate parts. The sand will be 8 times 5 is 40 kilos. The gravel is 8 times 4, which is 32 kilos. And the cement is 8 times 3, which is 24 kilos. So this video has given us a few examples to show us how to divide a given quantity into 2 or more parts. And the principles are exactly the same no matter how many parts you are considering.